Hey, Jack, wake up. Jack, wake up. I want to show you something. We've got Nintendo Wii playing on this little handheld. Jack, Jack. Well, Deadheads, Jack isn't excited like I am. Stay tuned. Is sponsored by math. That's right, kids. Calculators are not just for math anymore. There's this thing called your brain, where you can actually learn to calculate. And wait a second, I'm not a math teacher. What am I doing? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time, new Deadheads. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think the state of our hobby is, and then we're going to show you some Wii footage on the Ayaneo Pocket Micro, which is amazing. So anyways, let's get started. To my rambling, please forgive me. Fast forward if you don't want to listen to me, but if you do, leave me some feedback. I want to know what you think about the commentary going on in our hobby about whether or not there's too many releases. Anyways, guys, let's get on. Me, Deadfred. I wanted to talk to you about some of the discussion going on in the world of retro handhelds right now. So there was a recent op-ed piece, that's what I call an op-ed piece, by a fellow content creator you may have seen. And the criticism was that some of the companies in our industry are ruining the industry by oversaturating the industry with too many handhelds that are boring. So I just wanted to give you my take in response to this sort of criticism. First, I want to say that you have to understand just how amazing it is that these companies are willing to take a financial risk, a big risk that could put them into bankruptcy, in order to provide a selection that meets the needs of many, many people. With nearly 7 billion people on this planet, over a billion in China alone, there are still many, many people, many Gen Xers, millennials, who have yet to actually figure out that emulation is a thing, who have been exposed to a retro handheld, who have seen this. So the market is still very young. Now, much like the crash of 1983, where a video game crash happened because it was oversaturated, there is a risk of certain companies who continue to push product after product of oversaturating their market and causing it to crash. But I want to say this. I think that if you are someone who really is very fond of a vertical handheld, and the RG35XXH exists, and you really like it, but you just want a vertical because you don't like horizontals, then it's great that someone like Anbernic is willing to put out essentially the exact same handheld in a vertical format. The H700 system on a chip, we all kind of joke or complain about yet another H700. But the truth is that it's really kind of nice that if you are someone who really likes a clamshell, you have the SP. If you really want horizontal, you have the 35 or the 40. If you really want a vertical, the same thing. If you want a 1-to-1 aspect ratio, hopefully we'll have the RGXX Cube. So yes, it is a little tiring. Here is my suggestion to companies. All right. So I think specifically a company like Powkitty or Anbernic, let's not flood the market with millions, well, not millions. Let's not flood the market with iteration after iteration of the same thing repackaged in a different shape, form, or whatever. If we're going to do that, though, let's release these things all together. Let's take Anbernic, for example. If you're listening to Anbernic, here's my advice. I think you should refresh the entire line in 2025 that you've done this year. But Deadheads, this is important. This is what I would do. just my advice, my 2 cents, I think you should release them together in a quarterly release. For example, let's refresh the entire 35XX line all together, all at once, all the forums. I'd say March. Let's put a new CPU in it. Let's put the upgraded sticks in it. Maybe even change the screens in it. But let's not spread it out and trickle them out month after month. Let's do a release of that form, which is essentially the same system, just in different shapes. Let's just release it together. I think if you did that, and then you waited another 3 or 4 months and you go for the 40XX line, and then wait a little bit longer in the year and go for the 5. And maybe each time you release a refresh line, throw in one new one. But let's move away from this monthly cadence. I just think it's too much. It worked in 2024, but here's my hope that doesn't happen in 2025. Magic X, I love what you're trying to do. I adore the optimism. I adore what you're trying to do. Don't make the mistake of flooding the market in a consistent manner like that. Let's try to get quality over quantity. I guess that's the real message I want to say. The other thing I want to address is that my channel here is a channel that I do, number one, for myself. And I encourage all my fellow content creators to get back to that. Whether you like Retro Dodo or not, I think that the message is clear. We all should be doing this first and foremost for ourselves. We should be putting out the content that we want to see. You know why? I did this thing back in the 90s. I was part of the PSX Nation, and I got burnt out in the grind. It's real. If you try to just compete and keep up with it, you're not going to. So do the content you want to do. So on this channel, I do a lot of e-waste because I want to. I do like being able to get a product that nobody else has reviewed and have fun with it, explaining and sharing with everyone. When I was a kid, there was nothing more fun than finding out that one of your good friends had a new game system. We all would go over to that friend's house. Sometimes I was the new friend. Sometimes it was another one. There's plenty of these things out here for all us creators. So I get just excited when Retro Tech Dad is the first to have it, or Selfish is the first to have it, or Nick. It doesn't matter to me who's the first to have it. It's exciting because it's like a friend has it and I go and watch their video. And so we just need to support each other in this community, and we need to make sure that these manufacturers understand, you know, that we are together one voice. We don't need to be divided. So anyways, I hope that this channel is going to remain a channel focused on videos and contents that I want to make. It's always been that way. I'm not big on production. I'm not going to have the fancy graphics. I'm going to try to do some editing. There's no scripting. I don't write this stuff down. I don't plan this stuff. You're always going to see this content just from me, off the cuff. I will try to improve it, and I love the feedback. And part of the reason that my videos are the way they are now, because some of you early deadheads gave me some great feedback. So keep giving me feedback. I do want to learn new editing skills, and I do want to learn, you know, to make these videos look a little more, you know, standardized. But I'm going to do this first and foremost for myself. Secondly, for my grandchildren, I want them to find this long after I'm gone and go, wow, he was a nerd. Or look how awesome my grandfather was, or my great-grandfather. So I want to just let you know that I love this community, and I don't even do it for the handhelds, guys. I do it for you, to meet you guys, to speak with you guys. My whole world shattered when my mom passed away, lost my mom, and it happened in front of all you guys, and I can't imagine not having a supportive community like that. So please, guys, support the creators that are out there. Encourage them to do the videos that they want to do. If you don't like the handheld, like that they're doing the video, like the content. And if you think they can do something better, very politely give them feedback. And content creators, you need to listen to the feedback. It's how you make yourself better. Anyways, guys, we're going to play some footage of this guy right here. This guy, which I've been playing quite a bit, and I really like this guy. Let me tell you, I like this. But I realized that this is the Wii. You can play the Wii in your pocket. It's amazing. So we're going to play some footage of the Nintendo Wii playing on this thing, the smallest way, portable way to take Wii with you, and just share some more thoughts about this. Anyways, guys, sorry for the ramble, but I hope that whichever one of the few of you watch this, that you have some feedback for me. What do you think? Am I far off? Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't even like right or wrong because that requires a judge. You know, do you think I'm on the right path? Do you think I'm on a good path? Whatever. Anyways, let's look at some Wii footage. All right, Deadhead. So as promised, here is some Wii. Yes, the Nintendo Wii in your pocket in this tiny little handheld, this premium handheld. Anyways, I wanted to kind of show off that this thing can play. I've got this running using the Dolphin MMJR, the version that's on the Retroid handheld, the one that's made with the handheld version. I do have this at a 1x resolution, so I haven't tried to go beyond that. Of course, the one for Retroid had it where you could go below 1x, like to 0.75 or 0.5, but this is running at a full 1x. And my God, dude, it's just really cool that we can play the Wii. The Wii in our pocket. I mean, it's just really, really, really cool. And Klonoa is one of my favorite games here, so I love this series. It's really fun to play. The Game Boy, the Nintendo DS version that I've been playing has been really fun, so that's been very enjoyable. The most annoying thing about Wii and emulation is getting these controls because of that weird Wii controller. So you have to fiddle with it a little bit, but I didn't change anything on this. It's pretty much just running at 1x. So Namco, where's more Klonoa? Let's bring this series back. It's a great game. The DS version is a lot of fun. I've been playing on the Game Boy Advance. That version looks beautiful on here too, the Game Boy Advance, because we know Game Boy Advance looks awesome on here as well. The other thing that's really cool about Nintendo Wii is all of the WAD, or the WiiWare that was released over the years. So there's a lot of games that were emulated, older games from older systems that you can still play on this. And so if you have access to any of those archives, then you can, partake in this. There is an extremely good curated version out there by Ghostware. So if you're able to locate that, you can find a lot of good preserved titles out there. Anyways, let's speed this up and zzz. And by the way, I do have the IS Space profile on the gaming profile. I don't have this thing pushed to max. And you can see that we're getting, some acceptable frame rates here. It's not going to run at 1x full speed the whole time. So we're still a little ways from having perfect Wii in your pocket. But think of this as at the level of where we were having PS2 with the T618s last year. We're getting that level of performance. So we're moving forward, and by 2030, we'll probably have little tiny handhelds that can play the full Wii catalog, upscaled at 2x, no problem. Again, getting these controls is part of the annoying part. But yeah, this is just a fun game. I really love this game, and you can just see how beautiful this looks. Just amazing, Deadheads, that we're able to do this now. And it looks like I have set up the controls backwards, so I'll fix that later. But I just really wanted to show you guys this. I'm going to go in and show you. Again, this is running as if you were holding the Wiimote sideways. It's not using the classic controller setup. This game is a lot of fun, though. I really wish we had more games developed like this. But let's check out some of the WiiWare that's available and show you guys that running on here. Alright, and so I'm pulling up some WiiWare here. WiiWare, if you weren't aware, if you never had a Wii, was the content you could download from the Nintendo Store over the internet. The internet was still in its early development as far as online gaming, and So Nintendo had this, they had it this way, set up this way. So definitely going to go in here. And this is one of my favorites to test, like on Game Boy, Game Boy Advance. I play this series a lot, but Hudson's Adventure Island. And this is Adventure Island, the beginning on WiiWare. And again, it is just beautiful, beautiful looking game here. This game is so fun. And again, look, this is pretty much the same formula we've been used to playing all these years. It's just, I mean, it's just updated graphics. So yeah, Deadhead, so leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Would you pick this up to play Wii? I know this has been focused on its ability to play Game Boy Advance, that we really focused on that. But I wanted to showcase that it can do stuff like Wii. It's going to play Dreamcast and Saturn, Sega Saturn, and it's going to play N64 at probably the best ability you can have at this size, for sure. So it's definitely full of a lot of exciting possibilities there to play this. And again, this is just a versatile little handheld. A lot of people have, you know, issue with the pricing. It's can be thought of as expensive for a G99, but guys, you're getting a premium handheld. This thing is built well, it performs well. I'm getting more used to the shoulder buttons as I bring up some Sega here. So you can play some old Sega Master System on here through WiiWare. You can even emulate it through RetroArch. So very versatile ability here to do these things. And to play different games like this. And so anyways, guys, thank you. If you listened to me ramble at the beginning, let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to grow. Really want to, I'm terrible at this game. Really want to continue to try to, again, like I said, I'm making these videos for myself, but more so for the community, and I certainly want to get your feedback. Anyways, guys, we'll be back soon with some more footage, some new stuff. Hopefully the Retroid Pocket Mini will show up sometime next week. We also have our metal unicorn coming and a few other surprises, so stay tuned. And remember to go out there and hug your loved ones, because tomorrow's never promised, Deadheads. We'll see you next time. Deadfred out.